it is, what's happening YouTube? It's your boy Srtfied, and I'm back with another banger for you guys. Y'all already know what's up. If you're not a subscriber to this channel yet, what I always tell you guys, go and smash that subscribe button. You know why? Because it don't cost me nothing, it don't cost you nothing. Just click that red button for me. And if you're a return viewer, I appreciate you guys for tuning back into the channel. But as you guys saw in the thumbnail, we're gonna get some fog lights installed on this bad boy right here. And ever since I did the Alpha Rex headlights with the IAG Parahex grill, I'm telling you guys, the front end of this thing definitely transformed, and it completely stands out from the rest with just these minor upgrades right here. But every time I walk up to my Bronco, I'm still like thinking, dang, there's something missing on the front end of this bad boy. And one of the things that's missing is fog lights. And this Void right here, there's so many options out on the market right now, from Baja kits to Dial Dynamics, you name it. There's so many fog light options out here, and the main reason why I chose to go with the IAG fog lights is mainly because they come with some a unique startup feature that is similar to what these Alpha Rex headlights offer. So you guys will see it towards the end of this video, but I'm gonna have you guys come along with me on the installation, because it does come with installation instructions and it looks pretty simple. But before we get into that, we're gonna do a quick unboxing just so you guys can see what comes in the box. And if you guys want to do this yourself in your driveway like I am, then you guys should be able to do it with no problem. So let's get into it. And right here we have the box that it came in. It comes with installation instructions. As you guys can see, it's literally just one sheet of paper, a couple of steps on the installation instructions, and it looks fairly simple. And we're going to see how simple it is, because sometimes installation instructions can look simple, but you end up doing the job and it takes you way longer than expected, because it's not as simple as pictures make it out to be. So we're going to see. And of course, we have the fog lights. They are actually very dope looking. I love how they have like a projector style, and you can see the LEDs on the inside. Let me pull this out so you guys can see this. It looks really good. I'm really interested to see how bright these are and how much of a difference they're gonna make at night. But they have a waterproof connector right here, and then you have your harness assemblies right here, which is a what I call a Y harness. So a Y harness meaning that it plugs into it right here, and then I kind of pre-read through the instructions already. You have to take out the plug from the back of your headlights. You plug that into this harness right here. You plug the other end back into your factory headlights, and then the other portion goes to your fog lights, to where everything works in unison. So when you actually unlock the vehicle, there's a startup feature. It has like a little sequential animation that it does when you unlock the vehicle or start the vehicle up. So you guys will see that towards the end of this video, but let's get this install going. All right, so for starters, the tools that I pulled out based on the installation instructions, it doesn't really tell you what tools you need, but just reading through it, I'm just assuming these are all the tools I need. So if there's anything I need in addition to what I'm about to tell you guys, I will let you guys know as we go along throughout the installation. But for starters, one of the first things it tells you to do, which is like step 1 and step 2, is to remove these 4 hex bolts out of your modular bumper, and I use a T40 hex key for that. The other installation tools that I'm going to use, which is to actually pull out the bolts from the inner fender liner, because there are some clips inside, but they are like the Phillips head plastic pop clips, if that's even the correct term for that. So I do have a Phillips head screwdriver for that, and I also have a panel trim or pop clip removal tool, assistance tool, whatever you want to call it. So forgive me if I'm not calling these tools the correct thing, but as you guys can see, this is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these bolts removed, and then I'm gonna actually clean up the inside of this, because I haven't washed the Bronco. It's been raining a lot lately. The weather's been crazy, which is another reason why I haven't really shot a video in a while. But I'm gonna clean this stuff up, and then we're gonna slide the fog lights in. So all the screws are removed and we're ready to install the fog lights. But I wanted to tell you guys real quick that if you're doing this yourself, the top 3 screws right here are these right here. They are a different size. So the top 3 are the shorter ones. The one that goes into the side right here is the longer one right here. So just make sure you remember that, or set them aside and label them accordingly. But the longer one definitely goes right here on the side. So these are fairly simple to install. They cannot get mixed up because they are tapered, as you guys can see right here. So all you have to do is slide the connector into the hole right there. You push it in, and then you just have to install the screws into their correct positions, and that's it. And they're all installed, so all that's left is to get the wiring harness connected to the back of the headlights. But one thing I do want to note on the installation of these: do not over tighten these bolts, because this is plastic. And I noticed that as you tighten, especially on the inside right here, if you try to tighten this up too much, it tends to bow out right here. So these aren't completely locked down. It's definitely not loose, but I think I am gonna get some Loctite in the future and take this bolt back out and add a little bit of blue Loctite on it, and then screw it back in, because this isn't, I mean, it's not hand tight, it's a little bit past snug, but I cannot completely tighten it because this little piece will bow out right here. Just to show you guys an example, up here you can kind of see how it's bowing down, but I couldn't really change that up here. Maybe I could. Maybe I can loosen these up a little bit to keep this straight, because I think over time with, you know, weather and stuff, I think it's going to deform if I keep it like that. So I may loosen this up once I actually get some Loctite. But as you guys can see, it looks really good. Give you guys a good frontal view of it. So let's get to the wiring harness. All right, so I went ahead and completed the other side so I can show you guys exactly how I was able to get it done. So you're definitely gonna need a 7mm socket, because in order to get behind this fender well liner, to get access to the connector on the headlights, you have to take out 3 of the pop clips, and then there's one screw in here that you have to take out. And yeah, you can use a Phillips head, but it's much easier if you get a 7mm socket to get up in there. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So excuse the wind noise in the background. It's a really windy day, as you guys can see, but this is the beauty of having a Sasquatch model, because you can actually get in here fairly decent without actually having to get a jack or anything like that to lift it in order to get access in here. So for you non-Sasquatch owners, you may want to get a jack or something to be able to get in here, or possibly have to remove the tire. But anyways, in order to get access to the headlight connector back in here, you're going to have to remove this pop clip right here, which it looks like a Phillips pop clip, but the way I was able to do it, I got in here with this trim removal or pop clip removal, and I just literally went behind there and popped them out just like that. So you have to remove this one, as you guys just saw. You have to remove this top one right here. You have to remove this front right here, and then there's this bolt, or yeah, this bolt right here, which is actually a nail with a socket head. But anyways, you have to remove that, and then you can peel this thing back. All right, so I'm getting this last one out right here. There we go. So yeah, this is the little piece that I was telling you guys about. You can use a Phillips head, but I would use a ratchet to get it out because it's a little weird. But anyways, all the pop clips are out as well, so let's peel this bad boy back. So what I recommend doing is, because there's a lip right here you have to get it clear from, so I will peel this like such, and then lift up on it like that. Don't be afraid, it's malleable. You can bend it a little bit, and then just tuck it behind the tire like such, just so you have access to the harness that's right up in there. So what I do is I reach behind there, feel for it. Literally, as you go into it like this, you can actually feel the connector. I don't know if, there we go. Connector is right there. All right, so this is your connector right here. There is a push button right here. The only reason why I knew how to get it off and knew what side it was on, because I was able to remember from when I installed the Alpha X headlights. But just for anybody that hasn't removed the headlight, the connector is installed just like this. So you have to reach behind on the back side, and this goes for both sides. All right, on the other side it's the opposite way around, but the clip that you have, the button that you have to push is facing towards the inside of the vehicle, but when you press it, you just slide it out towards this way. And to be honest with you guys, this is really easy to pull out. It's not hard or anything like that. So as soon as I press the button in, and this was the same way when I took it off my original headlights, you press that button, it slid right out. So let's get this harness installed. So this is your harness right here. It does come with zip ties if you guys want to zip tie the wiring up. I didn't feel the need to zip tie anything because the wiring, in my opinion, was just long enough to reach the wiring harness that's coming off of the fog lights. So I didn't really have to zip tie anything, but if you guys are a little more OCD than I am, then feel free to use those zip ties because they did provide them for you. So, but just to show for comparison, this is the side that goes back into your headlights, which is identical to what your original headlight plug looked like. All right, so this side goes back into your headlight. This side that came out of your headlights gets plugged into the opposite end right here. All right, so there are guides on here to where you guys can't mess it up. These little guides on both of these sides. This piece does have guides on there as well, so you can't mess it up. All right, so you plug this into here. This goes back into your headlight assembly, which you can't mess this up either. It also has guides, and then you route this down to plug into your harness right there, and you can't mess it up either because the pin that's up top mates with where the clip is right here. All right, so you just slide it in, and that is literally it. And just like that, the harness is connected. As you guys see, it is connected to the back of this fog light right here. It's weird because on this side I had a little bit more slack than the other side, so I'm not sure what I did different on the other side to where I didn't have to actually zip tie it up. But as you guys see, I did zip tie it to the harness up top, just to where it doesn't droop so much. I mean, it didn't have a lot of droop, but a little more than I was comfortable with. So I did end up using a zip tie, which they supply with the box right there. So let's get this liner back installed. In order to do so, I have to do that. I don't understand this clip right here. Like, everything's plastic, but they wanted to utilize a metal clip right here. So get this thing behind here. There we go. All right, and then this pop clip right here, everything gets installed just in reverse as you took it out. All right, all the pop clips and everything is back in. So let's get to the fun part and see how these things look. So for you guys that are not familiar with the Alpha X headlights, they have a dope sequential startup feature that anytime you unlock the vehicle, it gives this dope little animation. And that's one of the things and one of the reasons why I ended up going with the IAG fog lights, because they come with that same feature. So let's check it out. Look at that. That is sick. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but that is sick. So I'm going to get you guys a true before and after as far as the light output that these fog lights offer. The unfortunate part is that because they're wired directly into with the headlights, there's no separate switch in order to be able to turn those fog lights on and off. So anytime you're running your headlights, those fog lights will come on. The beautiful aspect behind that is that you never have to worry about turning them on. But if you're the type of person that wants to be able to have that control, these fog lights may not be for you unless you're willing to wire in a separate switch or wire in extra wires to run them to your upfitter switches. So in order to do that, you just have to cut off the connector that comes with your fog lights and then wire your positives and negatives into a separate switch, and boom, you have that control. But I'm happy with the way it is. I'm always going to ride with the fog lights on with my headlight. As long as the headlights come on, fog lights come on. And for those that don't know, in order to be able to run those fog lights, if you're turning on your high beams to where your fog lights don't turn off, you're going to have to use ForScan in order to be able to program the computer in order to be able to do so. So there's plenty of videos on YouTube. It's called Bambi mode. There's plenty of videos on YouTube to be able to do that. I did not shoot that on my channel, but I did go ahead and use the ForScan and made it able to where I can run the fog lights with my high beams turned on. I also added rock crawl mode, which the Wild Trek does not come with, but that's a topic for another day. But I did do that, and that's one of the things I did not shoot on my channel. So I apologize for anybody that wanted to see that. If you guys want to see that, just make sure you comment in the description below, and I'll give you guys a full tutorial on how to do that. But back to the headlights. I really love the way these things look, man. Like, you can't beat that. That looks very clean, very clean. And I love how clean these look. And in my opinion, they match the Alpha Rex projectors perfectly. One of the other features that I like about them is when you use your signal, let me turn on the emergency signal. They also have that sequential pattern that the Alpha Rex headlights have, as you guys see right there. I love that. Let me know what you guys think. All right, so it is officially nighttime, as you guys can see, and I want to show you guys exactly how much light these fog lights put out. And just a quick disclaimer, and one thing that I've noticed, those fog lights are not very bright. They're about as bright as the driving lights, the halo rings around the headlights. They're really not that bright, so they're more for aesthetic purposes in my opinion. But right now what you see is with my headlights on, these Alpha Rex headlights are super bright. So I'm going to turn my lights off. This is what the fog lights are. It's doing its little startup sequence. Give it a second. That is the fog light output. It's decent. I mean, it's definitely not something that's gonna brighten up the road if you're driving in really dark areas and want those fog lights to be an enhancement. But I mean, they give a decent amount of light output, but the headlights definitely make the biggest difference. So that's with the headlights on. Again, this is just the fog lights. So let me get out and show you guys what it looks like. So the lighting output of just the fog lights is not too bad, but I would say they're just as bright as the DRLs, to be honest with you guys. I mean, the video is gonna make it a little bit brighter, but let me know what you guys think. I mean, if you guys really want something that puts out a lot of light, I would definitely suggest going with like the Diode Dynamics or the Baja kits. The Baja kits fog lights are definitely bright. I've seen a couple of Broncos with them on in person, and those put out some light. So if that's what you're looking for, I do not suggest these. But for me, I think this is just enough. I mean, I mainly got them for the startup sequence that it comes with, and just the added touch that it gives the Bronco on the front end. So let me actually turn the headlights on and show you guys the difference. And that's with the headlights on. Huge difference with the headlights. All right, so one more comparison against the wall. Just be mindful, there is a light up there. I couldn't find a wall in a very dark spot, but right now my headlights are completely off. This is fog lights only right here. Give it a second for the startup sequence to complete its portion, and you'll be able to see how the fog lights are. That is the fog lights, headlights, high beams, headlights, fog lights, off. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for today's video, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are interested in these IAG fog lights, make sure y'all go on their website and purchase them. They were around, I got them on their tax income sale, so they were around like 280 bucks during the sale. I think without the sale they're like just over $300, but just go on their website and check them out if you guys are interested in them. But as stated, if you guys are looking for something with serious light output, these may not be the choice for you. They look good though. They definitely look good. It definitely gives the Bronco a nice appearance. It definitely fills that void on the modular bumper. So I think the only thing I'm gonna add to actually really give me some light output on those times that I need it is some pillar lights next to the mirrors, and then I'm eventually going to get a mini bull bar, and I'm gonna get a light bar in the front as well, so I know those are gonna put out some lights when some light output when I really need it. But for right now, I think those look good. I really think those look good, and just let me know in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I hope this video suits you guys on how to install these bad boys. But like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to hashtag salute and certified drip on all your pictures and videos on IG. That being said, follow me on IG at Srtfied_official and TikTok as well. And yeah, until next time, YouTube, I hope y'all have a good day.